So the Gaa Gaas.
Yeah.
Because this has been a band for you for a long time. I mean, you've been on and off with this band for a long time.
Yeah, it's been.
How did it start up again?
Well, it's never really stopped. I mean, we've always been doing it in one form or another. So,
Okay.
our last gig was at the Horn in Brighton April 2014. So that was our last gig, and it was a really good show. We played a showcase for Sony Records.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, so we were put on the bill with about 6 other bands, and one of them actually played in Jersey called Farah.
Oh right, yeah. I
you know them, and we went on right before them. So we were on a showcase, and that was the last gig we done, and it was packed. It was sold out.
So at that point, you were already starting to get quite a bit of attention.
Yeah, well, we just snuck. We snuck on the bill somehow, so, which is good. But it's one of those. It's just networking, and we got offered the slot, so we thought it was a really good, good way of sort of getting our name out a bit more.
So what's brought it back again? Because you're working on new material, yeah.
Well, I think more the fact of I've moved back to England and started playing with all the the lineup.
Yeah, because they were mainly a Brighton band, weren't they? I mean, you're a Jersey guy. Cause it sort of started after you moved to Brighton with Jegard and the others for the Valentines, didn't it? And then the Gaa Gaas came out of that.
Yeah, I sort of funny enough, it's always been Jersey lads in it, which is good.
Right, okay.
Yeah, no, obviously there's my mates based in Brighton, so Stuart Brown's back on drums and Jamie Exton on bass, and then our keyboard players from Warsaw in Poland.
Oh wow! Okay.
So he was part of the lineup for about 4 years, and then he didn't really want to tour when we started, going to Europe and stuff. Yeah. So he left, and now he's sort of up for it, and he knows the sort of script. He knows.
So it's a reformed Gaa Gaas then. It's back to the original. Almost.
Well, it's back to sort of the lineup's great, and the chemistry's great, because when we first done the first rehearsal, we just pulled it off straight away, and that chemistry was still there from years ago.
Brilliant!
We started jamming just instrumentally, and it sounded amazing. So, and we used some of that. We used some of the jam for the B-side to our new single. Called, Indian Giver. That was originally just an instrumental, and then I've wrote the lyrics on top of it.
Oh, really? So you've actually turned what was just a jam
session into an actual song. And so
what's the new singles?
The new single's Close Your Eyes. Yeah.
And so you've been in the studio and recorded that? Was it sort of home recording?
No, we went to record that at Brighton Roads Recording Studios with a producer we'd worked with back in 2009 called Gavin, and he's a former member of the Electric Soft Parade. Okay. Who were quite a big Brighton band back in the day, and so we plan to work with him again, and then we've got Robert Harder to master us, he done the masters for Voltaire. Okay, right. And the edits and that. He's a bit of a genius.
That was a polished production, that one.
Yeah, he's a bit of a wizard in the studio. Yeah. So we knew who we wanted to work with, and it's just a great outcome. Everyone's really blown away,
That's brilliant.
And it's taken a long time, because it's been 5 years since we released Voltaire.
Yeah, so, I was going to say, it's been...
and now the good thing is we've got an album worth of songs ready to go.
Oh, already? Is that since you started working together?
Yeah, and Close Your Eyes is the first single off of the album.
Because is Voltaire going to be on that then? I mean, or is that sort of an old part of you? Is that an old...
We don't even play that anymore. Okay. I mean, that's sort of been the past. So Voltaire and Hypnotise and stuff is long gone, and now...
Fresh start.
Yeah, it's completely... everything that people hear now will be everything that we're doing, which is...
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's good to be doing it again.
So are you taking it out on tour, or are you going to play?
Yeah, we're doing our first show at a venue called the Silver Bullet in North London, and it will be as a single launch for Close Your Eyes. Yeah. And we're going to play that probably early April. Yeah. I think it'd be. We haven't booked it, but we've spoke to the venue, and we know the girl who runs the venue, so she's really keen to have it there. And
that sounds good.
Yeah. It's but I might be playing a solo set in London on Monday night. Okay. At Nambuka in Holloway Road. Right, okay. And obviously the single's released this Monday, the 29th.
Is that on all iTunes and...
On iTunes, and we're going to have it on 7-inch vinyl and stuff.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I suppose you can't not do it on vinyl anymore, can you?
Nah, that's it. I mean, it'll sound good on it, so... But I might just... I'm chatting to a lad, and he runs the Nambuka, so I might just do a solo set just to, as a little, thing to...
So do you... let's go back a little bit. So when you're writing the songs, do you write them in a way that if you do need to go and do it as a solo set, you can?
Yeah.
Or do you try and construct the song so that they can be played just you without the band?
I've sort of showed up at gigs before and just done it spontaneous. So I'll tell you a story, right, Ryan? I had a fight with all the band members in 2012, and we were booked to play a club called Le Gibus in Paris. And we had a sort of scrap in rehearsal the day we were meant to be leaving, and everyone didn't want to do it, and they were like, "See you later." So I was like, "Well, sod you lot, I'm going to go anyway." So I just shut off, and I went and just done it. I took a drum machine, a synthesizer, and a guitar.
Right. Okay.
I didn't even know what I was going to do, and I just rocked up. And the promoters put me up in a hotel. They were lovely people.
Yeah.
And I was like, "I've got to do this because they've paid all this money out." And then I just got on stage and just pressed play on the drum machine, just made a mental sound and just done, like repetitive lyrics just on the spot. And
you just made it up as you went along.
People were coming up to me and after the gig and going, "That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen."
You just decided to do it on a whim.
We got a great review as well on some.
That's brilliant.
And some French Paris magazine, and I got, and I think they said that one of the quotes was. Even so, it's just Gavin on stage. The presence of the other members were felt. Which when I got
just
back,
you in a drum machine.
Yeah, and when I got back, they were all sort of a bit raging. So like thinking that I was going to go and mess it up because they weren't there with me, and it's like, "No, I pulled it off."
Okay.
Funny story. But
yeah. So you're really pushing the frontman thing there.
Yeah, I was just like, well, if you're not going to do it, I'll go and do it.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go and have a good weekend in Paris. Put up in a hotel and I'm not going to say no. that.
So this all came back then. The Gaa Gaas have really all come back off the back of you moving back to the UK.
Yeah, I live in Tufnell Park now in London. Okay. So another one of our members, only a couple of stops away from me, lives in Holloway Road, and the other lads live in Brighton. So no one's too far away. Everyone's just a train journey away.
And it's enough to get it, because it's quite hard to keep a band like that going when one of you's here and one, you know.
Yeah, I mean the thing is I came back for a break because I'd been away for like 8 years, and I just missed my family and stuff. So I came back, and I wasn't meant to stay as long as I did, but you know, I'm glad I did. And and the good thing is when I came back, I recruited members here. Yeah, you know, like remember last time I said it was like a collective, because I had all like Sam Robinson and and Adam Bootloop and lads like that in my band at one point, and they were great players.
Because I mean, that was about the point that you played Jersey Live, wasn't it? Yeah. Where the Gaa Gaas had become sort of a collective of just whoever surrounded you at the time.
Yeah, it was all my mates that I was hanging out with.
But it's back to sort of a formal band type thing.
It's back to an actual, where we're going to have like press shots of who we are, you know, again. And
you making YouTube videos and things like that.
Yeah, well, we've got a guy who's done like Versace adverts, and he's just made our new music video for Close Your Eyes, and that's out on Monday.
It's coming out on Monday with the single, so it's
with the single and the video comes out both.
So from Monday you can get Close Your Eyes on all the usual places. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And our website's relaunched end of March, so you'll be able to get hard copy, vinyl and T-shirts and all that again, and badges.
So tell us a little bit about the song. I mean, is it a song that you've been working on for a long time? Is it one that came to you as part of a jam session? Was it?
The lyrics came about because I was a bit sort of angered by the whole sort of Syria, sort of catastrophe, and so it's quite a deep song, and it was something I wanted to put across just because I'm sick of seeing things that are never really dealt with properly, and I think people do, when you write songs, I think songs should sort of, specify a sort of message in some way or another, and that was sort of what I sort of, I planned with this. Yeah. And we wanted the new single to make an impact, and by the sounds of it already is, which is because people are sort of going on about the lyrics more than the music, whereas I think years ago people just on about, the guitars and the synthesizers and that, whereas now lyrically...
Is that something that's come in as you've grown up? So you're slightly more political in your writing?
Yeah, I mean, I've never always been a political writer, but this sort of, this has really pushed me in that sort of area of lyrics, and now, and it's just, I'm a lot more sort of, inspired by my surroundings, whereas I think I was doing a lot of partying for a while, and and when you're in that sort of mindset, you don't get anything done, and you don't, you're not inspired. So when you sort of leave that life, you come back to reality, and you're not stifled anymore, and you're creative, which is what I want to be. I don't want to be sort of partying in a flat all my life. You know what I mean?
You want to express yourself.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're going to have a really busy couple of months. Any plans to bring the Gaa Gaas back to Jersey, or to come and do a solo set in Jersey?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I'd like to bring the whole band back, again, and because we were doing that years ago, where we were just flying back and forth, but I mean, you're sort of limited with venues now. Yeah. I think the only one we'd play now is the Green Rooster, which is, or the Splash. But I don't hear about anyone putting on events.
Havana has started doing monthly electronic and monthly band nights.
Oh, excellent!
Now as well, and so are the Troubadour.
That's great. So I mean,
it's starting to take up again. It's interesting because obviously we've both been involved in the Jersey scene for quite a long time, and it's gone through peaks and troughs, but it's starting to come back again.
That's a good thing because it did have a sort of dive, didn't it? And there's lots of really good groups over there at the minute. And
the talent's here. It's just need the venues.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, because you had the Live Lounge years ago, and that was brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah. It's where we all sort of, formed. Yeah. It was
there were several bands that all formed out of the Live Lounge. Yeah. Quite a few of them went to Brighton.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. And then,
which sort of coming back to where you are now and going back into the to the scene as the Gaa Gaas. Yeah. So, all right, so let's just get the final plug in. So, Close Your Eyes out on Monday. Yeah. And launch gig coming up soon. Yeah,
launch gig will be in London early April at the Silver Bullet venue, which is it's not far from Seven Sisters.